Yeah, you know, when you rifle a Poland spring bottle at somebody and then scream at them to turn their phone off, that's when you know you're about to be on the next episode of Brainworms. Welcome back, guys. You know how much I treasure your presence here. I appreciate you. I have 3 things I want to touch on today, including what may be my favorite Brainworms clip of all time. Here's a little sneak peek. Also, one of the most viral stories of the week on the internet has been this apparent foam pit of death that they built at TwitchCon that injured several people, including a Twitch performer who got a very serious back injury and broke her back in several places and had to have extensive surgery and is going through a grueling recovery. You know I get excited to beat some dopes over the head with this Brainworms bat, but alas, we do have to keep the lights on. So let's discuss a little message from our sponsor here first, then we'll get into it. For years, I've trusted my Raycon wireless earbuds to listen to the things that I love, like music, audiobooks, and YouTube videos, and they always come through. The optimized gel tips fit perfectly in your ear, giving you a comfortable fit that doesn't budge during active listening sessions, and you get 32 hours of battery life in a product that looks sleek as hell and performs even better. Just because the design is sleek doesn't mean it's not packed with features. The single buttons on each earbud allow you to answer and end calls, choose between 3 sound profiles to suit your audio source, and switch between noise isolation and awareness mode, which I use a lot. When I'm out walking to get fresh air, I turn on awareness mode by simply pressing and holding the left ear button for 3 seconds because I want to be able to hear if the cars are coming up behind me while I'm listening. But if I'm couch locked watching YouTube vids, isolation mode drowns out the noise of my wife watching reality television in the background. So if you're ready for a versatile pair of wireless earbuds, give Raycon a shot. You can get 15% off your own pair by clicking the link in my description box or going to buyraycon.com/LeonLush. Thank you, Raycon, for supporting YouTubers, and thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you. So the poster of this Brainworms clip said his wife was on a flight from Atlanta to JFK and this happened. Now, you know that when Brainworms happens on a plane, it's uncomfortable because nobody has anywhere to go. It just kind of has to play out and you're just there for it.
Because my dog was on my lap.
We'll have a conversation in the jet.
Why? I
grab your stuff and come with me, ma'am. I'm not going to ask you again.
Oh, she can't believe it.
Grab your stuff and come with me.
So coming in kind of in the heat of the moment, sounds like her dog was in her lap, seems to be the main point of contention. You know the rules around airlines are pretty strict and flying with dogs. Let's see if we get any more insight.
You're kicking me off this, you're gonna put me on another plane.
Ma'am, I need you to get your stuff.
Oh, no. Honey, we're about to fight then. Because I didn't fucking do anything to you guys.
Now, in every confrontation that we do on this channel, there's always a point where that person hits critical mass, where it's like slowly escalating. Then that switch finally flips in their brain and they're like, fuck this, I'm gonna go viral today. And that was that moment right there. She goes, oh, no, honey, we're about to fight. Once that switch is flipped, it takes a while to bring it back down, and we'll probably see that here as things continue to escalate.
12 hours late for my destination.
That's what.
My dog was sitting on my lap. I put him in the bag. He's in the bag.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna refund your ticket. You can go on Southwest. Let's go.
My dog was on my lap. I put him in my bag. So what I'm gathering is that she like tried to smuggle a dog on. I don't understand actually, because there's no way, like you can't get a dog onto a plane without people knowing, right? All I know is that rules on planes are pretty strict. I think in order to have an animal, it needs to be like a service animal. Clearly she wasn't following protocol, getting the boot, not going well.
Bye.
Because you couldn't let my dog sit on my fucking lap.
Ma'am, let's go.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you gotta keep the dog in the carrier.
All of you.
Okay.
Maybe that was why, like she had it in the carrier, but
Shut the fuck.
Hey,
Turn your fucking phone off.
that moment when you take an inconvenient delay by having to catch another plane, maybe you're 12 hours late, and you turn it into an assault charge on a plane and probably hit a no-fly list. God, the things you wish you could take back immediately.
Right now. Who did she hit with?
Why is he recording me?
Why?
Anybody can record anything.
Oh.
Let's be honest, sweetheart. You don't look that intelligent, but you can probably figure that one out for yourself.
Turn your fucking phone off! Ah! Why is he recording me?
Probably just an NFL scout impressed by that arm of yours, quite frankly. You might have a job on the scrimmage squad after this.
You just struck a passive
Yeah,
bottle.
okay, fuck you.
Okay, that's fine. You talk to APD within a few minutes.
Fuck you.
No problem, man. Who did she just strike with the bottle?
The guy that's recording me with his fucking cell phone, that's who I threw it at.
I don't know who wants to break it to her, but there's also someone 3 feet away from her recording her with the cell phone from the video we're watching right now. most likely 5, 6, 7, 8, 30 other people recording her as well. I'm looking forward to like the multi-camera angle compilation of this eventually.
Calm down. You guys have been nothing but fucking rude.
Fine. Calm down.
That's fine that you guys are rude, but I need to calm down.
There's rules. on the
There's
flight.
rules, and I
Dogs stay in
followed
the
them,
kennel.
and I put him in there, and you guys
Look at the
still
way you're
drove
acting.
up.
Nobody acting this way flies on a flight with us.
Okay, fuck you.
Okay.
Eat
Won't be the
shit,
first
bitch.
time.
Get out of my way.
Oh, man's handled like a champ. Fuck you. Won't be the first time, bitch. Get in line.
Well, I want to find out. Ma'am, hold on.
You
wanna
told me to
strike
get off
either.
your plane, then get the fuck out of my way.
Guess where you going today? Yeah.
Tango 2, Tango 2 for uniform.
This your bag, man? This your bag?
Was anybody hit back
Of course
there?
that's
Yeah,
your bag.
well, here, go find out.
I feel like there was that 10-second moment of silence where the adrenaline calmed down just a little bit and the repercussions of what she had just done the last 2 minutes started to sink in. And so she's having like a mild panic attack while also still heated at the same time. But you could see it in her eyeballs. Like, look at her eyeballs right here.
This your bag?
Oh, she's like, man, I just fucked up.
anybody hit back there?
About to
Yeah,
get
well,
arrested
we'll
for
find
some
out.
dumb shit.
Back.
Why are they recording me?
What?
That's their right.
That's their right. And it's
Sure
my
is.
right to tell them to stop.
Yeah, they don't have to listen though.
Fuck
Billy,
you.
you called APD? Yeah. Did you find out who was struck? I'm sorry.
You see, the problem with ladies like her is everyone wants a cute little dog as an accessory and this fun little thing you can take cool Instagram photos of, but nobody wants to deal with the inconvenience of owning a dog. It's not easy to fly with them, right? You don't always want to find a kennel or someone to take care of them, so you just try to take them with you. And you bring him on the plane, you're following protocol. Next thing you know, you pop him out of the kennel and he's sitting on your lap and you're getting booted off the plane. You know what? That sucks. I got caught breaking the rules. I'm going to be inconvenienced. But here is the perfect opportunity for me to exercise some restraint and poise, deal with the consequences. But no. In classic Brainworms fashion, we let emotions take control and it escalates 10,000% and you turn a molehill into a mountain. Next thing you know, you're facing assault charges and you're getting arrested when you walk off the plane by the airport police. That's gonna get an 8 out of 10 golf claps for me for a pretty well-rounded performance, all things considered. Okay, so next I wanna talk about this foam pit of death that they built at TwitchCon because it's been a hotly debated topic this last week. Essentially, here's the video in question. They built a foam pit with these two little pads where people were doing jousting, like hitting each other off the stools, like classic American Gladiator style. Anytime you see a foam pit like this, in your brain, you immediately think, oh, it's probably safe to fall into it or jump into it or whatever. It's a foam pit. It's there to stop the inertia of the human body hitting the ground. Not really the case. Let's take a quick look at this video, which now has 10.7 million views just on Twitter. It's gone super viral. She knocks your friend off.
Some sense of her own. Great victory there.
Announcer's
No,
kind
she's
of.
fine.
That's my favorite part. The announcer's like, no. She's like, medic, joking, and then she's like, no, she's fine. But she just broke her back in 2 places. What are you talking about?
No, she's fine.
Nah, she's fine. It's cool. Just pull her out of there.
Make sure she's okay. Get her out of the pit.
She's not good.
Yeah.
Now she lives in the pit now, kind of thing.
Yeah, she's just living there permanently now. She just became a permanent resident of the pit because she can't actually move because her back's blasted into pieces. Now, this is a girl by the name of Adriana Chechich. She is a Twitch streamer and or adult performer, depending on which headline you read. I guess a lot of Twitch streamers are both these days. And this clip has gone absolutely bananas. I mean, she wins the thing. She looks like she calls on her past of maybe being a cheerleader, tries to do a victory dismount with a toe touch, executed perfectly. Take a peek.
My God.
Boom! Sticks it. Perfect form, except she jumps as high as possible, comes down full force on her tailbone, compresses her entire spine, shatters it to pieces. Now, in a normal foam pit, that would be a perfectly acceptable dismount. But for whatever fucking reason, the gigabrain genius morons who were in charge of this particular booth / setup at TwitchCon clearly had no clue what they were doing because this is the most negligent shit I've ever seen. So this is a side profile of this alleged foam pit, right? We're looking at like a 2-foot high wall that you know just goes around this area on the floor, and there's concrete underneath it. So they basically just took a couple of foam cubes and sprinkled them over the top of a concrete floor and called it a foam pit and expected people to just fall off and jump off and there wouldn't be any issues. It's absolutely insane to me. If you know anything about how foam pits work, they need to be incredibly deep, typically under multiple layers of foam cubes, There's trampoline style material with more foam underneath the trampoline. It takes a lot of buoyancy to be able to absorb the shock of human inertia when you're falling at, like, you know, speeds from a jump or a fall. Safely, I might add. Now, the crazy part is, since this has gone super viral, Twitch is like deflecting blame. They're like, no, you got to reach out to Lenovo, who's apparently the company that was in charge of this particular booth. And it's interesting because Twitch has been under so much fire lately with how they've been treating their employees. There's been so much drama in the Twitch community, infighting among people, covering up SA charges. It's been an absolute shit show. And then they have this convention, which had drama around it because of mask mandates and all this other stuff. And here we have this fucking death trap of a foam pit, injuring someone catastrophically to the point where she'll never probably feel the same in her entire life. And Twitch is just like, nah, that's not our fault. Talk to Lenovo about it. Now, what's even crazier is that this was day 2 of the convention when she got injured like this. But on day 1, another contestant had a pretty serious injury as well. And they just brushed it off and kept that shit open. This is a clip from day 1. It's the woman on the left here. She wins, goes for a dismount, little jump off. That hit right there, you can see it in her face. You can see her face after she hits it. Cuts off there, but you know she fucked up. Dislocated knee, sprained ankle. Clearly, this foam pit is not capable of softening people's fall enough to prevent any sort of injury. Obviously, a lot of it depends on how you fall, but when you're a contestant and you see a foam pit, you're not thinking that I need to fall specifically in a certain way to reduce impact. You're thinking, oh, foam pit, I can jump in as hard as I want and it's not gonna fucking matter. That's the point of most foam pits. So she dislocates her knee, sprains her ankle day 1, keep it open. Day 2, Adriana shatters her back into pieces. They continue to keep it open until day 3, like halfway through the day, which was basically the end of the con. I don't know how many more people got hurt at this thing, but whoever was in charge of creating this foam pit that was this deep on the top of a fucking concrete showroom floor is absolute Brainworms material. I feel bad for this Adriana chick because this type of back injury, she just had a 5.5-hour surgery with a huge rod installed in her back. She's never gonna feel the same again. This is the type of shit people that have gotten car accidents, broken their back, they know this type of injury follows you for the rest of your life over something so fucking stupid. She's having a fun little time, doing a little jump into the pit, and your life is now forever changed. Apparently, people that used this particular foam pit had to sign waivers ahead of time, so there seems to be some legal protection for whoever set it up, but there has been talks from some people that are more legally knowledgeable than I am online that something this negligent could possibly still have legal recourse if she wanted to go that route. Now, if you think breaking your back in 2 places is bad, just wait because it gets even worse. Adriana's been updating people on her Twitter. She recently tweeted this: surgery went well, 5.5 hours, more fusions than expected, bones completely crushed and nerve damage to my bladder. Hopefully I'll be able to pee again in the near future. No more squirting probably. Had some bleeding around the bone, but overall doing good. I mean, breaking your back is one thing, but no longer being able to squirt? You need to sue for future damages in perpetuity for that type of casualty. I mean, for an adult entertainer to lose their ability to turn their vulva into a Super Soaker 9000, that's like taking away LeBron's jump shot. You might as well just hang up the cleats at that point. Put him on the bench. The big moneymaker just got put in the graveyard. Now, there's been a lot of takes on Twitter from people that think Adriana is the one to blame here. Like, oh, she's the one who jumped in the foam pit. It's her own fault. They must have ramen noodles for brains, okay? When you build a foam pit and it looks like a foam pit, in your brain you expect it to be a foam pit that you can safely jump into. It is absolutely a negligent design and 100% the fault of the people who created this particular event at TwitchCon. An additional negligence for not shutting it down after the first person got injured, realizing, hey, maybe this isn't as safe as we thought it was. There's also been plenty of people on Twitter seeing an adult entertainer get her back blown out as a launch pad to make a joke about getting her back. You know what? This is a Christian channel. I'm not even going to entertain that heathenism. So the punchline here is, I feel bad for this chick because this is going to be a grueling recovery that's going to probably live with her for the rest of her life. And whoever created this foam pit and thought it was a good idea should be slapped in the face. Just another reason why YouTube's better than Twitch. Nobody would allow this dumb shit to happen at VidCon, okay? And now let's take this potential Hall of Fame worthy Brainworms clip real quick. Let's keep it moving.
Rather dangerous situation happening here on the 405.
Right out of the gates.
Tailgate open. There's no tailgate party going on in sight, but this guy is just letting it all hang loose right now. Letting it all hang loose? What in the name of tap dancing Jesus H. Christ is going on right now? I mean, you have a tireless car, clearly banged up front end, riding on the disc brakes with the tailgate popped?
flying down the freeway?
Front wheel is definitely out. Let's see what this person's smoking.
Please don't be a middle-aged white woman. Please don't be a middle-aged white woman. They have such a bad rap already. It's just gonna make them look even worse than they already do on the internet. And...
Damn.
Oh, it's a middle-aged white woman. Oh, no. Every time. Just headed home from work. Long day.
Get off the road.
Hey, how you doing?
Are you on drugs right now?
So apparently it cuts to this. So apparently eventually, this woman like goes on an off-ramp and rear ends a dude at a stoplight because guess what? Her car didn't have the braking power to slow down in time. Shocking, I know, because she didn't have a whole ass tire on the front end.
Not at all. My car gave out. I mean, I had somebody help me before.
What?
And apparently the brake did not stop.
Do you know you're driving on 3 wheels right now?
Oh, I get it. So she had someone help her before, and apparently the brake did not stop, she says. You see, so if he told me just pop the tailgate and it will act like a spoiler and the downward air pressure will compensate for the lack of wheel on the front side of my car. Just Hall of Fame worthy clip right here. Unthinkable.
Your wheel's completely out. You just crashed into this gentleman right here.
You almost
You're a hazard. You're on the freeway.
80 miles on the freeway, on the 3 wheels.
I'm going to trade in.
You need to get out of the car.
I will.
She's gonna trade in the car for a new one, guys. Don't worry about it. Just let me get home and I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Just get out of the car,
Just
miss.
leave the car.
You're on drugs right now. You're on painkillers. Yes, you are.
Oh my God.
You are on some drugs right now.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
Put your car in park.
What, drugs? Oh my God. No way. I am 100% sober. I don't even know what drugs are. Is that something kids do these days? Just let me gather my things. I'm clearly fine and sober. I'm just made this conscious decision to smash my car, then drive it without a wheel with the tailgate up. It's not what it looks like, guys. Yes, I rear-ended this dude and I could have potentially killed someone if it was a different situation, but drugs? Shut the fuck up, drugs.
It's not even in park. Put your car in park, miss.
So she gets out of the car and there's it honestly almost feels scripted. Like, what are the oops, a couple of pills popped out of her pocket and were left over in the seat after she got out? Oh my God. The only thing that sketches me out about this clip is the fact that there's a cut here that seems somewhat unnecessary. It's like he just hard cuts and then he pans over to these drugs in the passenger seat. I'm not suggesting this civilian or apparently the dude who recorded this is like a local news reporter or something. Not suggesting he had anything to do with this or it was nefarious, but it's like, why leave the cut there? It makes me apprehensive as someone who doesn't trust anything I see online. So I see this clip and in my head, I'm like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. Classic middle-aged white woman, banged up, probably the classic like red wine and Percocet combination, driving her car with the tailgate up, no wheel on. Turns out, I didn't know this for a couple days. As I was about to record this, I found this follow-up video where the guy continues and it takes a bit of a turn.
Miss, you know your tire's out.
So she has the blown tire in the back. So it like had happened. The tire blew out because she clearly hit something previously because the front right side of her car smashed to pieces. Had the cognizance to put the tire in the back of her car and then decided to just peel out on the disc brakes in the front.
How did you get in an accident?
I didn't get in an accident.
Well, what's going on right here?
Why did you pass this gentleman on the right side?
I'm sorry. Could you please cut me a
Are you having a hard day?
No, we're not cutting you anything right now, okay? This is absolutely unacceptable behavior. I don't care how hard your day was. You're not getting any slack.
Drive because you can kill people. You can kill
I just
people.
got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
But we don't want to see you hurt yourself even further. You can
feel
maybe beat pancreatic cancer, but you can't beat crashing your car and killing other people.
Yeah, that's facts right there. All right, so as is tradition, it goes from like absolute insane mania to last week we saw the woman freaking out and she was crying about the sexual assault that she alleged to have had. We've seen it previously with the crazy woman freaking out on the floor crying. It turns from this craziness and it always turns into a sympathy bid. This woman's now alleging that she was just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which, don't get me wrong, is incredibly sad and a difficult diagnosis to deal with, but not in a million years does that excuse this type of behavior. So I'm sick and tired of giving these people sympathy. I don't give a shit that you got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. You should still accept full responsibility and whatever punishment comes along with this negligent behavior.
I don't know if I can beat it.
Well, I'll say prayers for you tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thousands of people around the world get cancer diagnoses every single day, but most of them don't drive around fucked up negligently on 3 wheels like this, all right? So just spare me with the fucking sob story.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
This is so not unlike me. I have a perfect driving record.
The best part is she used the double negative accidentally, and this is so not unlike me, right? Little Freudian slip there. This is so not unlike me, huh? Yeah, I do this shit all the time. I'm a pillhead. What can I say?
Sure you do. We were concerned about this situation. As you can see, you're driving on 3 wheels.
From what I can tell, I was looking at a thread on Reddit about this. This woman has still not been arrested. I don't know. I guess they know what her name is. It's all over Twitter. She hasn't been arrested. I don't know, but I feel like this type of thing caught on camera needs some sort of legal action, right? I don't know that you could put someone in jail over it, but she certainly needs to be arrested for that. That is gross negligence. Not just the 3-tire thing, but the fact that she was clearly under the influence of something operating a vehicle. You know what I would like to see? A death match between airplane water bottle lady and three-wheel tailgate Xanax lady in the foam pit. Just sparring it out, whipping water bottles. The lady's like, oh my God, my pancreas, blah, blah, blah. Boom, they both fall and shatter their backs. Everybody's happy. Just an unbelievable amount of brainworms in this video today. Bah! As usual, it's a bit of a clown world out there, but if you're here with me enjoying it from the comfort of your own home, on your computer, your phone, or your tablet, you're way ahead of the pack. And if you want to do your part to make the world a little bit better, just subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you hit thrust that motherfucking like button before you go. You know I appreciate your time and I love you. Well, not really, but in a parasocial type of way I do. I love you if you subscribe and watch and all that stuff. Appreciate you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.